Hello everyone, my name is Christian Zambrana, Director of Visitor Services here at the Cox Science Center and Aquarium, and I want to be the first one to welcome you on your field trip here to the Cox Science Center. Now before we actually bring you guys here to our center, we really quickly just want to go over some of the rules of the Science Center. Now these rules are the same kind of rules that you guys have in your schools, your camp rooms, the grocery store, pretty much anywhere that you go. But just to make sure we are all on the same page, we're going to go over these rules all together as a group. And I actually want you guys to repeat these rules back to me. Sound good? All right, let's go. I want everyone to say no running, no climbing, no throwing things, be nice to our fish, and most importantly, stay with your adults. Now we call those the big 5 rules. As long as we're following those 5 rules, we're gonna have a fun and safe time here at the Science Center. The most important of those rules, of course, is to make sure you stay with your adult chaperones at all times through all of our exhibit areas. And chaperones, please make sure you are watching over your kids everywhere that they go, especially if they need to use the restroom. Make sure you don't go to the bathroom without letting your adult know first, because it's the easiest way that our kids end up getting separated from our groups. It's also extremely important that when you visit, there's a chance there will be multiple groups here. So when you're moving from place to place throughout the Science Center, it's important to make sure you are walking and not running. If you're running or moving too quickly, there's a good chance you'll run into something or even someone, and we definitely don't want anyone getting hurt while you guys are visiting. So again, please make sure you slow down. There's plenty of time for you to see everything, and it's not too big of a Science Center just yet. So make sure you're walking and not running in all of our exhibit areas. Now that 4th rule we had was a little bit special here to the Science Center. Be nice to our fish. You guys may not know that we do have a really cool aquarium, so you guys will have a chance to see all of our fish friends and aquatic animals. But one thing to keep in mind, those fish in those tanks, they are living creatures, and similar to you and I, they do have feelings and senses. One thing that people don't really know is that if it gets too loud or too crazy in a fish's environment, that loud noise can actually scare and stress out that fish, and that stress can even cause some of the fish to get sick. Now we definitely don't want any of our fish getting sick today, so please make sure when you come to visit that you use your inside voices when you're in the aquarium. That way we're not startling the fish, and make sure we are never, ever, ever knocking, tapping, or banging on any of those tanks, because that's the easiest way to scare and stress out our fish. As long as we follow those rules, we're going to be kind to our fish and make sure they have a happy and healthy environment. Lastly, there are a couple of areas where our groups will not be visiting today. These include our splash pad outside, our mini golf course, which is closed to construction, and any of the early learning exhibits that we have throughout the Science Center. These early learning exhibits will have yellow signage on them, so please make note of those signs. And we simply want to keep groups off of those areas because that's where our smallest visitors are going to be, and there's usually a lot more of the school kids than there are of those little toddlers. So we just don't want them getting pushed aside, knocked down, or hurt in any way during their visit. So again, make note of those signs and be sure to keep the group kids off of those areas. Thank you again for visiting the Science Center. We're so excited to have you, and we cannot wait until you arrive. We'll see you guys real soon.